Well, hello, folks. I'm just getting my motor running. It's Friday, the 27th of December. A couple of people I've known for a long time, it's their birthday today, so I have to be sure and send them a message. I'm wearing another gift from Rebecca and Justin. Wow, this is nice. I appreciate this, folks, because I just, I haven't bought clothes in a long time, so I just got my t-shirt, my vinyl community t-shirt on. I don't be thinking about this stuff, because I'm at home and I'm not playing gigs like I was. And when I was playing gigs, like with RAF, I just wear whatever I'm wearing that day. So this is very nice. This is very comfortable and it fits so nice. I appreciate it because this and the other thing, the Colombian, they're out of my radar. So I would have never have bought either of these items, and I like them both very much. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you very much. Mm. Mm. All the other stuff was nice too. Besides Rebecca and Justin, people were very kind to me. Some people sent me some money and said, buy some records with it, please. And I was informed that I had a gift waiting for me down at Grapefruit Records. So I went yesterday. I finally went down. Oh, and before I get there, I got another message this morning from someone saying that there was a problem with their tracking number. I put in the tracking number, and the tracking number says that the package was delivered. I sent all this information to that person. I've done my job. Okay? And I'm glad that I'm keeping all the tracking numbers, okay? I have all the tracking numbers. Okay? I'm trying to do decent business. These are all the tracking numbers of the trilogy. Okay, these are just the tracking numbers from Inner Image, Sonicity, and Here. Older tracking numbers I keep, but probably last year's tracking numbers I've thrown away. I'll make sense of that in a little bit. So please keep ordering, please, and I get them out. Matter of fact, I got an order yesterday it looks like I got an order from the guy that did the artwork on the inner Solomon Ernst. I credit him. I've never met this person. But years ago, he asked to send me some artwork, and he drew that picture of me based on a photograph. It looks like I never really had contact with this person. It was through Instagram. And I received an order from him yesterday. If I had known, I'd have sent him a copy. But anyway, people, you're so kind. And yeah, I like this. This is really comfortable. And I like the way it hugs my body. I like clothes. I worked wardrobe on several movies. Kind of fell into my lap and found out that I really liked it. So, so let me try to go in some kind of order here, because I went to both record stores. There's more than two, but the two main record stores in Omaha are Homer's and Grapefruit for me. Recycled Sounds also, but it's real hit and miss with Stewart's store, and it's even further away than the old market from where I live. So after going to the post office yesterday and mailing off the latest sales, I went down to the grapefruit in the market. And Homer's are both in the old market. So it was great because when I got to grapefruit, they were just opening, and Simon was out front getting ready to move his car. When he got back, I hung out with him and David Nance. They were running the store that day. I hadn't seen him in months. It was really, really good to see them. Got the nicest hug from David. I love these people. I really do. And they are friends, but I'm not the sort of person who hangs out. I don't drink, and they drink. Not drink, but they drink socially, you know. And so they're always hanging out and doing stuff, and I just don't. So anyway, I went down and visited for a little bit, and then David was excited. I said, "Well, I hear that a fan has a gift for me here." And David went back behind the counter and said, "Man, you got some kind of fans." Because he came back with not just one, but 4 albums. I've never met this person, Jay Allen. I'm going to say your name. Jay Allen. Thank you very, very much, because I wanted these, but they were an indulgence. And because of what I'm trying to do, save money for the house, I wasn't going to buy them, but I wanted them, but now I got them. It's the new editions of the first 4 Peter Gabriel albums on colored vinyl. I was like, what? And both David and Simon were excited for me because they both know I'm a big fan. They both said, "Well, you already have these." I said, "Don't you?" Say, "Yeah, but these are the new boutique colored vinyl editions, which I like colored vinyl." So here's the first one. I also like the fact that I now have this. I've had this forever on Atco, and then I bought a Charisma, but it was the blue label. This is my favorite iteration of the Charisma label. Silver vinyl. I must say that, you know, even though it's something, I threw away the hype sticker if it's remastered or recut or whatever. It sounds great, but you can hear the vinyl on this one. This one, it's not that it's noisy, but I can hear the vinyl. This one is much quieter. And I went ahead and played them all the way through because it's been years, and I thought I would do a listen to see if I notice much of a difference. I must say that when this first came out, I was disappointed as a Peter Gabriel Genesis fan. This second album by Robert Fripp, produced by Fripp, it took me a while to warm up to it. And so yesterday when I listened to it, that was the most enjoyable, probably I listened in a long time. Pretty Blue. Once again, this is nice to have it on the Charisma label because mine are US. Now what's interesting about this is that the original US version of this, side A ends in a locked groove. Okay? What is it, White Shadow? Yeah. But on this, it ends. They did not reproduce the locked groove. This is a nice, quiet pressing. Then, thankfully, this one is very, very good sounding. The third album, which is critically acclaimed for good reason, groundbreaking album. He did things on here that changed music in the 80s, literally. Also has the, that's a bright yellow. picking up the garbage. This sounds good. That's a great album. I was blown away. I had to sit down, actually, at the place. When they brought them out, it's like, what? People are also very, very kind to me. I really appreciate it. And I love that this is just Peter Gabriel. There's no security written on it like some U.S. copies did. And as you know, this is practically a masterpiece. Peter Gabriel took his time, and I love the color of this. And this sounds good. They tried. I think the silver color was the problem on the first Peter Gabriel, as far as it being a little bit noisy or just not purely quiet. But in the long run, it doesn't matter. I have several copies of these albums and the CDs. When they first came out, because I was such a big fan after discovering Genesis, I would wear these out. I would play them over and over and over again until it was the point of like, I have fully absorbed this. I can't absorb anymore. They also come with these nice download cards. Nice. So Jay Allen, thank you again very much. Really appreciate it. So while I was there, of course I have to look, and I bought a few things, but I kept it under 100 because, like I said, I'm on a mission. And if you folks, besides just buying the music, if you folks are willing to help me with the house, repairs by buying the music, I'll show you once I get started on the work in the spring. I'll show you what they're doing, okay? But what I picked up used, I got, 3 or 4 titles. And I'm really happy because I was able to get them for less than 100. I think I got them for like about $70. So we'll start here. Claude Ballet. This was still there in the used section. It had been some time since I'd been to Grapefruit, and they'd bought some avant-garde collections. So when I went down yesterday, quite a bit of that was sold that I couldn't afford to get. This was left over. I didn't know this composer, Claude Ballet. Un coup de dé. French. He studied under Oliver Messiaen. This is choral, but I could just tell that this was probably going to be good. I mean, not some choral stuff that is avant-garde is really, really dissonant and angst-ridden to me. Like the Ivo Malik I showed you recently. I played that after showing it, and it was like, I had to take it off. It was like, I'm just not feeling this. I don't know something's wrong here. This, I just got through a certain bit of the first side. I'm going to like this. I read a little bit about the piece. It's also on the Harmonia Mundi label. So this was a score. I kind of knew it, even though I didn't know the composer. This was really enjoyable, and I haven't gotten all the way through it yet. So I look forward to the complete journey with this, and it was only $10. So this was one. So glad I picked this up, and this was in the used too. Only $15. Jan Steele, Janet Sherborne, distant saxophones. I've had the Jan Steele forever on Brian Eno's Obscure label. Put out an album, I have it, but I'm not going to pull it. I love it. The composition All Day, I Hear the Noise of Waters. The version on that one, oh, I love it. I just love it. Robert Wyatt's on that one too. There's a different version of it on here. It's just, oh, it's wonderful. I haven't even gotten through the rest of the album because I was so transported by hearing this newer version of that piece. And so this still has to be listened to, but when I put it on and it was that fresh version of All Day, I was like, oh yeah, this is the kind of thing that I love to, this is just, highly recommend this, people, okay? I know that some of you folks like my channel to discover stuff. I'll bet many of you have never heard Jan Steele. This is wonderful. I was so glad. I almost didn't get it because I was seeing stuff. I had to put stuff back. I'm glad I kept that. This is one I took a chance on because it's brand new, 2024 release on Black Truffle Records. Now, I don't know the story behind the label. I could probably look it up and find out real quick, but I've noticed in the last year or two that I've been picking up stuff by Annie Lockwood and others on the Black Truffle label. High quality pressings, but high quality art. So when I saw this, and it was in the used, even though it's brand new, I got it. Olivia Block, The Mountains Pass. This is another. Can highly recommend this. She's a composer, pianist. She plays organ, synth, organelle, electronics. John Mueller is on here playing drums. I know that name for some reason. This is really, really good. There's some singing on it. This is just what I like. Now, as I was listening to it, it brought to mind Nico of the Velvet Underground put out a couple of solo records that were just a little too dour for me because of her voice. But I liked the setting. The Marble Index comes to mind. Parts of this brings to mind the Marble Index musically, but not vocally. Oh, I said, wow, this is the kind of thing that I like. It's not rock and roll. It's not jazz. It's an expression. And these are compositions. I need to study this. The Mountains Pass by Olivia Block. Excellent. I got two more there. Here's an old John Abercrombie album that I had never gotten before. 1981. ECM. Pretty much anytime I see an ECM that I don't have and it's decent priced, I get it. There was a time when I was oblivious that you could get ECMs used for as little as $2, $3. Those days are gone. This is wonderful. Side 2 in particular. Side 2, Flashback, To Be, Veils, gets to the point where it's really ambient and I had to look, what am I listening to? Because it didn't sound like a typical John Abercrombie. It was all spaced out, acoustic guitar, beautiful. John Abercrombie. I just mentioned him, told you I got to see him with the when Gateway got back together, they played a show in Chicago. I got to go see it. Got to talk to him. And then the other one I got at Grapefruit was this. I was amazed. They had this by Gus Gus and they had their other album. I forget the name of it. I have it on CD, but I left it because they wanted $50 for it, and well, I'd never seen it on vinyl, so it was cool to see it. Not their first album. I have it on CD. I really like it. But I went ahead and got this, Gus Gus versus T-World. This is deep techno, very repetitive, but real heavy, deep grooves. I got to see them live. I was at a conference, a mental health conference somewhere, Chicago or somewhere else, and on my night off, I went out and saw Gus Gus. They were killer. So that's what I got. Thank you again. Basically Christmas presents. That was Christmas money that bought these records. Once again, people, you blow my mind. You're so kind. And then I went to Homer's since they didn't have this at Grapefruit. And I thought to myself, I know that Homer's got at least one copy of this in for me, and it's probably still there because when it came in, that was over a month ago. Sure enough, it was there waiting for me at Homer's. Can, live in Kiel, 1977. So, they're doing this series of live recordings. And we're at the point now where it's the Roscoe G, no Donald Suzuki, no Malcolm Mooney. This is surprisingly good. This is actually better than the records that came out. Saw Delight, I have it. Still don't care for that album very much by Can. This, however, they're grooving on this. And you don't even miss Holger Zucke. He's on here doing sampling, dictaphone and stuff. But they're grooving on here. And I like the way that Jackie and Roscoe play off of each other because they're playing with the rhythm as they're playing the rhythm. It's fascinating, actually. The other thing I'd like to say is that on some of this, Roscoe Gee plays the bass parts and does things that I would do, where it kind of bumps the rhythm. You know what I mean? Funks it up. So again, folks, thank you very, very much for the kindness. It's already 22 minutes, so I want to go ahead and wrap this up. Folks, I shared with you my trajectory now, and it's cemented now. The purpose for the profits from these CD sales is to get my house back in shape. If I were to go and show you the front, you would see what I'm talking about, okay? I won't until they start working on it. So I would really appreciate more sales, and more of you need this music. You can listen to it online, but these are wonderful artifacts. Here is really good. Sonicity. I just uploaded those videos. Polygon, isn't that sweet? I still got this. Come on. And then this. Interlude. Same as these others, the same body of work, as well as the Muse. This is high quality work. It really is. I don't even have to. I'm not bullshitting. I'm telling the truth. And even though I don't know when there will be another Bandcamp Friday, but it's a Friday, so I'm just going to approach Fridays like a Bandcamp Friday, which is it's Friday. And if you folks feel like buying some music, supporting the channel, if nothing else, show me some support for the channel. But this music is really good. Someone asked me if I used Fruity Loops. No. Matter of fact, it's been so long ago, it was probably the 90s when I messed with Fruity Loops for a second, and it was like, I don't even like the name of the program, so I do not use Fruity Loops. I use Ableton, Reason 11, and Reaper. I write my own rhythms. There's a a loop program in Reason that has some percussive tracks that I have used on some things, but I write my drum tracks. Someone else said that Polygon made them think of vaporwave. Well, I just have to say, folks, I'm not any genre, no genre, because that person, if they would go and listen to another track by me, it ain't gonna sound like what they think is vaporwave. And I don't even, when people first started mentioning the word vaporwave to me, it's like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I stopped following genres a long time ago. I'm really happy on a personal level that my music is beyond genre. Some things sound like this, like that, like who knows, but it's all me. So I'm not vaporwave. I'm not at all. The last thing I'll say is I have uploaded at least 20 videos to the different albums on my Bandcamp site. I'm not going to upload those videos here on YouTube. Some I will. But a lot of it is collage work where I've taken the stuff that I show here is primarily stuff where I either shot it or I'm using duty-free video stuff that you're free to use. But other stuff, it's like I'll just take stuff that, and I'll edit things that I like that are visually from stuff, that I found online. So those videos are on my Bandcamp site. You can just, as you know, you can stream and listen to the music. So when you go click on the album, look at the tracks, look next to the title, and if it says video, there's a video. Watch it. There's a bunch of them there. I had fun putting those on. So I won't go to the post office today to post that one CD, Solomon, if you see this. I'll wait and see if I get more purchases. I really hope I do. This is some of the best music, people. I'm so glad to be in this phase of my creative life where I accept that I'm good. I might even let go of another one of these, okay? Inner Image. It's been sold out. I'm looking at my last 2 extra copies here. I kind of like having these extras. So if I decide to let it go, all you got to do is look and see. It will say on the Bandcamp if there's one available. And if so, you can grab it. Have a good weekend.